A typical solid geometry question. Let us look at this question here whereby it is inclined with its side on 30 degrees. They have given us the top view and an auxiliary top view. Obviously, we will know how to draw that. So there's two ways in to do this. So I'm going to start with the first part of it, where on the screen here, you'll realize that I've got my auxiliary view. I've already drawn my top view with all the labels and everything. It's easier to work with labels in this case. So the first thing that I will do here is to use this base here to project vertical lines. I'm going to use this base here to project vertical lines. And I'm starting with the hexagon only. You realize that I'm not touching any hidden detail line, but I'm dealing with the hexagon only. And I'm dealing with the base on this side here only. So please take note of the following. We have an XY ground line and we have X1, Y1 ground line. So this is drawn at any distance from your auxiliary view. That's up to you. This can also be drawn on this side as well. So what I will do then, I'll be taking a distance from each point, like number 1 to the XY line, X1, Y1 that is. So I'll be taking that distance, which is in line with this number 1. So I'll be doing that for each one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the X1, Y1 line. So let's take this one for instance. So the distance on 1 will be at this point. Okay, a quick one. 1 and 4 should be the same distance. So I can simply do a construction here, meaning that number 4 has already been found over there. So sort that out. So I will remove the circle now because I don't need this anymore. So that part is done. Can you allow me to move this again? So we have now the distance of 1 as well as 4. So let's take the distance now of 6. Remember, 6 and 5 will be the same distance. Now let's assume that will be the distance, yes. So I took the distance from 6 to X1, Y1 line. I'm going to place this, there's number 6 here, onto XY line. Now there's the distance there. But we're saying that 6 and 5 is the same distance. Therefore, I can just do a construction here. So I know that's where they will be. Right, let's take away the circle again. Last part is from 2 to X1, Y1 line. Let's line it up. You're taking that distance. You're taking this distance from 2 to XY line. So let's move this distance from 2 to X1, Y1 line. We place it on XY line. XY line. So there's our distance right here on top. That's our distance. I'm drawing this construction again to show that the distance between X1, Y1 and 2, X1, Y1 and 3 is the same. So that's complete. So all I need to do now is to join these points accordingly. So I'm going to start from 1. Looking at this ox view, that should be number 2. That goes to 3. From 3 goes to 4, 5, 6, back to 1. My shape complete. This what I did here on this base, which is this base, I'll repeat on this side here. The best thing to do here is to do a horizontal construction. Okay, let's straighten it up first. We will need to draw a horizontal construction on each one of these corners so that it becomes easy for us to get this base. Whatever I've done here, I'm going to repeat. This is number 1. I'll take 1. That's where 1 should be. Then I'll take 2 and 6. Now we know it's going to cut up to there. Now I'm going to take 5 and 3. Now we know it's going up there because we're getting the same shape. And then lastly, I'm going to take number 4. And it goes up here. It goes up to here. Now again, I need to join these according to this here. It will look like that base. According to this, so that says number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and back to 1. So there's your construction here. Please allow me to move some of these lines so that we don't mess it up with the square. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing for the square. So basically this is what we have for our hexagon. The square will do the same thing. A, project A up, vertical line, project B and D, vertical line, project C as a vertical line. You only do one side of the base, then the rest you just project. Now again, I need a distance from each corner from A to x1, y1, so that we are precise. Let me see, I need that distance. I need that distance. There's my distance from A to x1, y1. Take that distance, either use your ruler or your compass. Take that distance, put it on x1, rather put it on x, y line, sorted. So A and C should be on the same line. So I don't have to do C. Now all I will do is I will do D and B. Likewise, from the point to x1, y1. Let's just be precise. There's a point, x1, y1. There we go. We're going to take this point and we're going to move it onto XY ground line. This is the middle line. This is the middle line. That's sorted. Now one more point you're going to take from. Let's quickly move this away so that there's no confusion. So now you're going to take from B to XY line. B to XY line. Take that distance of B to XY line. Gonna take that distance, and when we take that distance, we're moving it from B x1 y1 to XY line, then we're finding point B. So a quick one, when we join this, we're saying this is A, B, C, D, and back to A. And then we go back to A. Sorted. So let's take away these circles because you don't need them anymore. Now we are sorted. Now we have this square. How do we then find the square on this side of the base? We're going to project vertical lines. This is now A, like we did with this other base. We're going to project B as well as D. Now we're going to project C up. Sorted. So now it's going to give us this shape anyway. So now I know I need that height. There we go. Then now I need to bring that across. And there we go. Now I need to construct a light line and say A goes into B, B goes to C, and C goes to D, and back to A. Now I have my shape. Again, allow me to move these points, these lines rather, so that it's nice and clear. Now, I need to show what will be hidden detail. In this case, this is hidden, all this is hidden detail. On my drawing, all that is hidden detail, hidden detail, hidden detail. And where's the last one? This should be hidden detail. Okay, I think I'm sorted there. And here I need to take away that, and take away that. So this here is now will be dark, but there's something happening here at the back side of this, which will be this part here will be hidden detail, and that line will be hidden detail as well. So let us match it to draw it hidden detail. So that's hidden detail, that's hidden detail. Basically, this will be your answer before it's cut. And one more hidden detail. This is hidden detail, that's hidden detail. That's more precise now. This is what it looks like before it's cut. Now we need to cut it.